Good evening, everybody. This is Lady Rage on Gameless Geek Radio. How y'all doing? Tonight we have a couple of new faces. Roger has a friend joining us. Hey guys, thank you for joining. Everybody want to introduce yourselves? And go Vance.
Matt Slade. Kind of been a member of the Promenade for a while. Thank you for having me on the show. So nice to be here, finally.
My name is Joe. Been a member of Promenade for maybe about 2-3 months now. Just glad to be here, man.
Roger, you want to introduce your friend, man?
Hi, I'm Roger. I've been here for a couple episodes, and this is my friend Kat Levine, who, and by friend I mean the guy who wandered into the van that said "Free Candy." He's done some work. He does maybe you've seen him. You on some video editing.
I have
for Draft Distro. You're on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I am. It's under a channel called, I can't remember the name of it right now.
Oh dear God, man! Way to screw up! Holy shit!
So
shoot, you.
Well, you injured me first off. I came over to say hi and end up on a webcast. Let me think about it. I'll get back.
All right, but trust me, yes, I didn't make that up. He's actually. Go ahead, Vance.
Oh, all right. Z-grade celebrity, Vance Major, the V-man here. Just like I'm here every other week, so member of the Promenade for almost 5 years now, getting ready for the Promenade-a-con that's on October 17th. So hoping to see all you guys here, and I'm excited to be on the podcast or the show with you guys. Just, man, I'm excited to see all my friends here. I'm really glad to see Joel. Really glad to have Matt. Really glad to have you guys here, man. It tickles my fancy to see you guys here.
All right.
All right, on to you, Travis.
And you know me, I'm here. I'm this guy that's here. Sorry for my murderous looking background. You know, it's kind of ominous, kind of dark, but no worries. I'm still the same person. Still here. Tonight, man, we're doing rant. We're just geeking out. I know most of these guys. This guys over here, great.
All right, guys, first order of business. What do you guys think about Professor Zoom coming on to The Flash? They have Tony Todd cast as Professor Zoom. No more voice-modulated Eobard Thawne. We have Tony Todd as Professor Zoom. I don't know anything about it. All I know is I'm creeped out by that voice, and that's when he's just regular talking. Now, he's a crazy supervillain, and I'm like, ah!
Tony Todd, who was Candyman. That's Candyman. So who's actually playing who's actually doing the body? Who is the Zoom, the physical actor on screen?
I'm not sure on that. I don't know if they've said, like, some sources have said it's actually going to be him. Some people have said that no, he's just doing the voice. I think at this point, like, we've got so many conflicting reports. I couldn't imagine that they would just get him and not do the actor himself. Now, Tony Todd has done roles in Star Trek Deep Space Nine and Star Trek The Next Generation. He's done Kern, which was Worf's brother. He also played an older Jake Sisko in an episode called The Visitor. So the guy, like, he's not one of those actors that is so, you know, I've been in movies like Candyman, I don't need to be on TV. Like, the guy is a regular actor.
Yeah.
And, you know, so it's like...
Wasn't he also in Xena and Hercules?
I didn't see it. Now, Mona would know that. I've not seen that. All I know is that blonde chick, I was like, man, she could out bench press me. I can't compete with that. So, but I would assume that they would probably get him and actually put him in the suit. Because if you're going to pay that much money to get Tony Todd, why wouldn't you put him in the suit? You know, and that would, like, if you stick another guy in the the Flash out, or, the Reverse Flash outfit, or slash Professor Zoom outfit or whatever. So if you stick another dude in a yellow Flash outfit, you're gonna mistake him for Eobard Thawne. You stick Tony Todd in a Reverse Flash outfit, instant.
Well, Todd's like twice the size of the actor that played it. I mean, we're not mistaking him.
Right.
Right.
I mean, we possibly could. It possibly could go down that way. But have you seen? Speaking of the CW and their DC lineup that they have. Did you see Dingle? Did you see the Magneto helmet?
Oh,
I don't know if I'm sold on that. Yeah, I like Diggle.
I'm not sold on nothing. I'm horribly mad about that.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I'm not real. I'm happy with. I saw the trailer for the season 4. I don't have hate that. I didn't like season 3, but I didn't hate it. It's like, okay, you have a weak season, it happens.
Right.
But I'm looking forward to season 4 because season 4 is going to lead into DC Legends of Tomorrow.
Yep.
In which, we're going. They were like Yoda. That says something. If you're Stephen Amell and you're like Yoda, I want John Constantine in my show. I know you canceled it, but I want to see some John Constantine. And they got John Constantine. I'm like,
he has the ability to bring actors from the dead.
You got Stroke. They canceled this guy's series, and they brought the actor back for you. That's some awesome.
It's like one episode. Yeah, you got one episode, and now you're on the now you're a returning guest star. Multiple episodes.
Yeah, and
you're welcome.
And this is what I gotta say. This is why for geeks, life is good because we're gonna get Legends of Tomorrow. We're gonna get Vandal Savage.
Yeah,
Yep.
but
we get Vandal Savage.
Legion of Doom, man.
Vandal Savage is my favorite DC villain, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, you can't mess it up because if you mess it up, I'm gonna call you out on it.
Yeah,
I don't think they will. I think they've got DC has their TV shows on lock. They're pretty squared away.
Here's
Yeah,
the
TV
thing.
shows.
The thing about it is, last season on Arrow, it was the first 2 seasons of Arrow were really good. The third season of Arrow had a lot of good ideas. The execution was piss poor. I think even the most diehard fan could agree to that. It may not have been bad, but it was executed poorly. But the thing about it is, last season they introduced Iron Man on Arrow, and in the form of Adam.
Yeah, Adam. Yeah, okay.
And this year they're introducing Magneto in the form of Diggle. And here's
the form of Diggle.
and so the thing about it is, like, stick with what like I had no problem introducing the Atom, but that's not what you did. You introduced a different character. Like, you didn't change it up. You introduced something completely different in the Atom Wrath, and that's not what it was. And that's what they're doing with Diggle. Like, I'm all for it. Give him a helmet, make him the Guardian if that's what you're doing. I'm all for it. Let's get behind that. But when I look at the helmet, it's like, that is very distracting. And if you look at his hand, when he kind of wraps like this, kind of like a Dracula cape or whatever, like half his hand is like, and so I'm like, wait, is he holding a cape? What is that? Like, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm not sure exactly what I'm looking at when I'm looking at, like, his hand, because it's like, if it's just him kind of crossing his arms, I'm like, okay, that's Diggle. But then when I see half his hand is missing, I'm like, okay, he's holding on to something. What is he holding on to?
I'm gonna wait.
Imagine, like, helmeted Diggle in a Magneto helmet, flapping his arms, just acting stupid. Like, I don't get that. It's just, the whole thing is wrong.
I haven't seen it. Check it out.
It was probably a poor. The way they had initial press photo was a poor marketing decision on their part. Mm-hmm. There were better ways. Like, when I saw the preview, I wasn't as upset about it. Mm-hmm. It was something about him live and in motion, but I definitely did not like the press photo of him. I don't know who approved that, because knowing something about marketing, it was probably by people who aren't familiar with comic books.
Well,
And
do me a favor, Roger. The next time you look at that picture, in fact, all of you, do me a favor.
okay, dude, yeah.
The next time you look at that picture, do this. Look at it and look hard past the mask, and tell me if you don't see Diggle doing duck face. Because
Oh, he is.
no, when I looked at that, I was just like, "Is he doing this?"
Yes.
And I'm like,
I know, right?
dude, Diggle's trying to be hot. That's what he's. He's working.
He's giving you the blue steel, man. He's just trying to give you his maybe it's a softer thing, the Tigre for softer work.
Diggle can't turn left.
Can't turn left. But I know. Oh, but we got, I'm interested to see the new Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this season.
Yes, sir.
Not because I want to see what's-her-face, the Inhuman girl, the Mary Sue, who I hate.
How can you hate
Why
Sky?
do you hate her?
She's Mary Sue.
Matt, you're a fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I'm a huge fan. What's that?
I like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the series. Ties the Marvel movies together, fills the in-betweens. That's great.
Right.
Got it. I love that.
Sky was awesome in the first season.
Sky's a damn Mary Sue. I mean, she hits all the beats for what a Mary Sue is.
I mean, I'll give you, she was awful in the first season, and the second season, I do believe, redeemed her, though. She definitely became a better character, and they've given her a little more depth. I mean, before she was just she was, for lack of a better word, she was the damsel in distress.
She was she was a damsel in distress. She was she was a good-looking woman of nondescript origin, slight Asian, who happened to be a super hacker. Second season, we now made her an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., so now she's a damn near a ninja. Oh, by the way, and we'll also make her an Inhuman. By the way, she's also the daughter of the Inhumans leader, so somehow we're making her the leader of the Inhumans. Yeah, I don't know.
The leader of the Inhumans is Black Bolt.
To learn martial arts better.
That sounds like a Mary Sue.
I think you're arguing logical storylines on a series based off of comic books, and it makes no sense to be arguing that.
I like this guy.
That's my point.
We have to keep this, G-rated.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Oh, really?
Oh,
really? We want to get you going?
There's definitely some continuity issues when it comes down to Marvel.
Really? Oh, okay.
Agent
Now let me talk. But you really? Ben Affleck is Batman, huh? Poke.
Hey Joel, have you watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or
No, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is good. I like it. It's Marvel, but I have to say, it's Marvel TV series, dude. Daredevil.
Don't say too much. I haven't seen past episode 7.
I love it, man. It's an awesome series. Daredevil's great, dude. I mean, what's his name playing Kingpin? I forgot his name, man. But man, he's just so awesome in that part, dude. It's just like
Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. Yeah, amazing. See, episode 2, the fight scene in the hallway, the one shot. Like if there were cuts, I'm not an editing guy, so maybe Pat can talk it. You've seen.
There were brief moments where he was inside a room and nothing was happening in that hallway that they could have hidden a cut, but if they did, it was pretty clean.
Yeah, it was so clean. I didn't see it. It was, it reminded me of. It's a Korean movie called Old Boy.
Oh no.
I don't know if anyone's seen Old Boy. They did a similar thing. It was a one-shot fight scene. It was utterly amazing, and it was it's that whole series is good. And I'll tell you what, season 2 of Daredevil, we're getting the Punisher.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Walking
Like the suit, they changed it up some of the way it looked because I didn't like the suit when they first showed it, and as far as I know, they changed it up a little bit because a lot of people didn't like it. They did. Too militant.
They did.
Yeah. We're definitely going to see the skull.
Yeah.
I'm confident we will see the skull.
Well, it's kind of iconic. It's not really Punisher without that.
Yeah, but remember Daredevil? We didn't see the red suit until the last episode.
That would be like taking the white gloves and boots away from Green Lantern. Oh, wait.
Right? Right?
Wow.
No,
wow.
Talk about mic drop.
The thing about the Daredevil suit in the Daredevil series, like we all got used to the whole black, the mask thing and the whole black suit and whatnot, and it felt appropriate. And by the time he got the Daredevil suit, like his helmet, like it just felt really weird. The body armor type thing felt appropriate, but his helmet, it looked really off. I mean, his head, I don't know, it just looked off. And then I felt like he earned the suit, but it just looked stupid by the time he fought it. And again, I like the whole body armor thing, but I was kind of like, I was resistant to the whole black, outfit, but then got used to that, really enjoyed it. Then we got the suit, and I was like, oh, this looks terrible, So I don't know how I'm going to feel about watching a whole series of that, but yeah, I think the actor they got for Punisher, I love that guy from The Walking Dead. Dude, that guy plays crazy awesome.
It could be worse, Vance. They could make him go to the yellow suit.
For me, like Pat and I right now are active duty, so the way Punisher they portrayed Punisher, like he's got the play carrier and all that, makes sense to me. All right, all you need for him to do is spray paint a skull on that shit. And you know what? I know plenty of guys downrange who've already done that. So it's not that far. It's just like how far does WB want to build it? How far do they want to wait? Or Netflix want to build attention? You know what I mean? It's like you got to get that audience capture. Okay, give them the skull. And So I can see that. I can totally relate to Punisher. It's like
let's ask each member. Let's ask each member of our team here, starting with Joel first. Which Punisher do you like best? From Dolph Lundgren or Thomas Jane or shoot, who was the one in Warzone? Who was the guy?
Oh my God, he was in Rome.
Right. Who was that? Who was that?
That actor.
Okay. Name it from the movie. Either the Dolph Lundgren one, the Thomas Jane one, or Warzone. Which one do you like best?
Thomas Jane, dude, I really did. I mean, the whole little fight scene supposed to look. I mean, the comedy parts are a little cheesy at points, but you got the point about the story, about his anger, and some people didn't like John Travolta's whole deal in it, man. But I think he did a pretty good job, dude. I liked it, Some of my friends battle over right now to this day. Me and my friend James we'll talk about old movies, and we're talking about that. But he hated it. He did not like it at all. But I saw potential, man. It's pretty good. I like it.
Right on. What about Roger's friend? I forgot. What was your name again?
Pat.
What was that? Pat?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think? Which Punisher movie did you like best?
Certainly the Tom. Well, you're talking characters or the movie itself?
Both. With character. We'll go with character.
Character, definitely Thomas Jane. I think he captured.
I agree.
I think he captured the essence the best, and you got to look at the before the Punisher character also, and I think that you can't really get that from Dolph Lundgren or the option C. I forget. The
Warzone one, right?
Yeah, the Warzone one, right? It just doesn't have that back character that transition from the blue collar or the white collar, almost pacifist to the other end of the spectrum, which is really the definition of the character himself. I don't think you get that in any of the other portrayals of him, except for the comic books. Obviously, I think they found it with Thomas Jane.
How about you, Roger?
I'm with Pat on this one. Thomas Jane, to me, he sold it. To me, the Punisher is that everyman. He's that soldier, so he has training. This isn't a dude who just walked off the street.
Right.
In the original Punisher comic books, Vietnam vet, so I can sympathize with that. Who, as the Joker puts it in a comic book, has one bad day. And he's over the edge at this point and is done. And if you put a guy like that, he has his one bad day, he's over the edge, yet you have the Punisher. And what sold the Thomas Jane flicks to me, too, was it was a very that 70s revenge flick feel, that Death Wish
Grindhouse.
That Death Wish grindhouse feel to it, which to me is Punisher. And that's why I cannot wait to see this on Netflix, because that's how I feel about the Netflix Daredevil. Netflix Daredevil has that 70s street raw feel to it. It's part of the MCU. They mention the attack on New York.
Yeah.
You're part of that. It's part of that bigger world, but this is that street level bit that you don't see, that Thor would never see. Tony Stark would never see this part.
Yeah.
He wouldn't concern himself with it. And
I mean, Spider-Man would, though.
Spider-Man would. And that's why I cannot wait Spider-Man in the new movie, because that's how I think it's going to be this street level guy that somehow is thrust into this maelstrom. And how does he cope?
Not for Civil War, no. Civil War, that Spider-Man's already going to be there. He's going to either be with Tony Stark. It's not that Spider-Man, that Amazing Spider-Man will have he's still going to be young, he's still going to be a kid, he might be an intern for Stark at one point, and then everything go haywire, he winds up, Stark doesn't know that that's Spider-Man. He doesn't know that's Peter Parker yet. He doesn't know Peter Parker's Spider-Man.
Nice.
Spider-Man later introduces himself as Spider-Man to, Tony Stark and everybody else like that. But he doesn't know that Peter Parker is, Spider-Man. And then, because you got to understand that Civil War is a Captain America movie. This is not a Avengers movie. This is not a Iron Man movie. This is a Captain America movie. Captain America's movies are nothing but government espionage and conspiracy theory movies. That's all they are. That's all they have been. Winter Soldier, the first Avenger and Winter Soldier, both of them.
Winter Soldier, which was amazing.
Right. Winter Soldier did, and this is why, and a lot of people said this, and I'm starting to see, and I'm starting to agree a little bit, but the Avengers movies aren't going to last forever. They're not going to last, People are going to get sick of the Avengers movies after Thanos. They really are. But the reason for that is because you have too many characters on a field. And that is starting to hurt the whole, all right, well, you had these original 3, you got these original 4, now you have 7. You have 7. And they do this spin around, this is going to take forever. It's like, oh my gosh. When is it going to stop? When they did the spin around the first Avengers, cool. They did in the second one, it's like, all right, there's a lot of people here.
Yeah. Crowded.
Yeah. Even Joss Whedon, I think I burned out. I think he fell. But the Avengers were the connective tissue with the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And that was their point. They were never meant to be Avengers, like the team. They were the connective tissue with the movies.
Right. But the Avengers as a whole, as a group, is only there to save the world when the world needs to be saved.
Yeah.
These guys don't get along on a regular basis like everybody thinks they do. They have problems with each other in the comic books more than anything else. That's something that you don't see from the Marvel Universe.
Well,
No.
You don't see that on the actual screen.
Well, here's a question going into the whole Civil War. Me personally, like I'm really excited about going into Civil War, but a lot of people who went to Age of Ultron were less than enthusiastic. I'll ask Matt this question first. We can kind of go through some rotations first. Um, uh, what do you think, Matt? What did you think about Age of Ultron? Were you liking it? Was it hit or miss for you? Like, were you satisfied with it? What did you think about it?
Honestly, though, in my early days of reading comics, I mostly just focused on Spider-Man. So my biggest introduction to Ultron was when there was this crossover between Black Panther, Spider-Man, and Iron Man, where they were fighting the Kingpin, the Ghost, and Ultron 13. I had to go back and learn my Ultron later. So seeing the changes in him on the movie didn't bother me as much as it would somebody who's been reading Ultron since he was first created. I enjoyed it thoroughly. It was flawed. It seemed cut a little odd. The pacing was a bit off, but I thoroughly enjoyed it as a film, and I definitely didn't let whatever issues I had, detract that from my experience, so to speak. Definitely not as much as some people, and I don't know. I guess I don't know. This is an all-around good movie to me. Was it the best? No, definitely not. I still give that to Winter Soldier, but it's up there on my list.
Travis, what about you? Did you like it as much as like maybe the first one, or do you think the Captain America Winter Soldier is gonna be better than say Age of Ultron, or what do you think, man?
Nah. All right. Let me put it like this. I put the Captain America. You can't. I don't sit up there and I compare Captain America's movies to the Avengers movies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that because Captain America was he's the first Avenger. Take nothing away from Steve Rogers. I take nothing away from anybody that likes Steve Rogers or Captain America. My favorite Marvel is Iron Man. I like Iron Man. That's me. But I don't sit up there and compare Iron Man's movies to the Avengers movies. The Avengers movies are separate in themselves. So I sit up there and I'm like, all right, well, Ultron was better than the first Avengers. And in that case, it's not true. It's not. I know that to be for sure. I know it's not true because it's like parts of it dragged on a lot compared to the first Avengers. It was like right there, clean cut, precise, right to the point. All right, bet. Everything's happening in New York. Here we go. Ultron, it was like 1 minute we're in Africa, next thing you know it was all over the place, and it was not. I don't want to say it was done rushed. It was just like they're trying to give you a lot of information in a very short amount of time. But what I was really glad about with Ultron, because they did it to Vision. Vision has the Mind Stone now, and if you know anything about Thanos or anything else like that, you know what happens to Vision, and you know what happens to Tony Stark when this happens. So I can't wait for Infinity. I can't wait for it. This is gonna be sick. And you might not want to take your kids to it. I'm just saying. If they put the scene that I want them to put the scene in, you might not want to put your kids in this movie theater.
What about you, Joel? What do you think, man? You think we're going into some good movies as opposed to where we were in Age of Ultron, or were you disappointed with that movie, or what did you think, man?
Well, of course, I like the first Avengers movie. I mean, total, geekgasm when I first saw it, man. I loved it to death. When I saw Age of Ultron, I was more connected with like the relationship between the Hulk and Black Widow, and there's like actually more grit there than actually in the main story about Ultron and everything. said earlier, it seemed like they kept jumping from like one spot. Okay, now you got that. Now okay, now we're supposed to make sure you process that so fast, and then jump somewhere else. And like then you forget the main reason why they went there in the first place. You know, like in different scenes, it's like it just kept jumping all over the place all the time. I mean, I would hope that in the future that the third Avengers, it'd be great and everything, man. But I don't know, man. They just have to they just thinned it out too much for me. I think you know what I'm saying, with all the little jumping around and the plot wasn't so heavy, man, for me.
It did kind of,
huh?
It did kind of seem like they were. It did kind of seem like they were holding a checklist and just going, okay, we did this. Okay, we did this. We have our homages to the first film. Okay, we did this in the first film, so we got to do this. Add a little extra. Okay, we've got this. See, for me personally, I enjoyed it for what it was because I sat back there and I was like, okay, this is nothing more than just 2 hours worth of popcorn talk. So I'm gonna sit here and they've got my $11. I'm eating my popcorn. I'm shoving my face and I'm gaining my weight for this movie. Was it better? I felt some moments had more heart. But I felt the movie overall I don't think was necessarily what was intended. I don't think the villain was. I think the villain was pushed up more than what it should have been. Because I have no knowledge of Marvel. I never research any of this stuff. I just go into the movies. I'm like, with the movies, they deviate so much that when you read the source material, I mean, there's so much put into the source material that when you watch the movies, you can't cram as much of the source material into a 2-hour movie. So I choose to watch the movie first and then go back to the source material because you're going to be disappointed with 2 hours you get. So I choose to be I choose not to be disappointed. I choose to watch the movie first and then go back to the source material. But I mean, I wasn't disappointed in that regard of the movie as a whole, but the villain I think was kind of a letdown because when I watched the trailers, I was like, man, this guy's going to slaughter these guys. And I love James Spader because his voice is awesome. Everything he's done is awesome. From Boston Legal, I mean, he's just got a presence about him. And I know Ultron is supposed to be this guy that slaughtered the Avengers. And I don't think he really brought that. I think that was a missed opportunity. I think they had a lot of great ideas, but I don't think, kind of like with how we were talking about with Arrow earlier, it was just poor execution. I don't think they hit what they wanted. So, but
so with Age of Ultron, I'll agree. James Spader, when I saw him, when he was on screen, when he was Ultron, like there's Ultron on screen. Not I'm fighting Ultron, but James Spader Ultron. He was great because his voice acting was so good. He sold the part in the way they do mocap. I know the way he moved was very good. It was him acting. So Ultron sold me as a character. Okay. I agree with Vance that he wasn't the threat that he could have been, because if you read him in the comic books, he's very much a threat. He's a huge threat.
He's the Brainiac of Marvel.
Yes.
Right.
But it's Joss Whedon got what he got, and from what I've seen over the behind the scenes, as it were, of the Marvel Cinematic Universe versus what Kevin Feige may have wanted versus what the Marvel corporate versus what Disney wanted. That may be the reason we didn't get the Ultron we want. But Kevin Feige now reports to Disney corporate, so that means deep pockets. So we're going to get all kinds of love. So yay us.
Well, hey Travis, we got to do our shout outs, man. So you got the list of shout outs, man, we got to put up?
Oh, we have to pay bills.
Yes. Yes, I do. And I'm going to give shout outs to 360 Boss Players Only, Geekery Gamers United, the Intergalactic Geek Alliance. Congratulations to Lady Venom's Lair. Love y'all. That's a shout out though. That's a shout out from us. The Avengers Mansion by Intergalactic Geek Alliance, the Batcave by Intergalactic Geek Alliance, and Game Share Play. And you can also find us on Gamer Geeks Radio, Gamer Geeks TV.
Gameless Geek TV, Lady Rage / Mary Cosgrove, and the original Gameless Geek Radio, where it's just G's of the caps and everything else is wrong, has been stolen from us. So,
yeah, it's true.
Last week, Sunday, they were stolen. So now you can only find us on, they shut down my Lady Rage / Mary Cosgrove page, but I made a new one. It's itty bitty, but I made a new one. So you can find us there. You can find us at capital G Gamers, and the rest of the words all caps is Gamer Geek Radio. So it's small G Gamers, all caps Geek Radio. It's on new pages, itty bitty pages, but yeah.
Alrighty. Vance.
What's up, man?
Give me shout outs, man.
Oh, alright. Give a shout out to all my friends on the promenade. Keep on geeking on, guys. We're fastly approaching the Promenadicon. So far we've got 139 groups of people coming, and this is for anybody that likes Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, video games, wrestling, anything that you guys like. Come on down to Starbase Studios on October 17th. The Promenadicon is in Oklahoma City at Starbase Studios. We have a full 360-degree bridge of Captain Kirk's bridge. We also have a sick bay set, so come on down to that. It's basically like a big giant meet and greet. We have a whole bunch of fan films that are going to have booths there, so come on down there. I just also got back the page. Trek yourself before you wreck yourself. So I want to give a shout out to my friend Duke, really good guy. Gave the page to me, so I just wanted to give everybody on that page a shout out and say thank you for helping me build the page, and to the people who we took over for. Tip of my hat to you guys. I used to work on that page a couple of years ago, and then they took over, and then taken back over. So it's one of those things where it's like, we're going to respect the people on the page, and just tip of my hat to you guys. Yeah, that's about it for there. Also, want to say shout out to Starship Valiant. We're going to begin filming here in the next couple months. And then Star Trek Anthology. We just put out a video, and we're going to be releasing it on YouTube here in the next couple weeks. It's a teaser for the beginning of our first episode for Starship Challenger. It's some pretty good stuff. I have a voiceover role in that, and I play Captain Boone in that one. So I'm very excited about that project. But those are my shout-outs. And again, I just want to say to Pat, to Joel, and to Matt, seriously, I know I know we haven't been able to give a lot of time to you guys to chit-chat, but I really appreciate you guys joining us on the show, because Like seriously, like I don't join every week, so like once we're on, like it won't be as chatty. But so maybe you guys will get more time. But I just, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for joining us. And because with Lady's health issues, we're supporting her and we're trying to build the show. You guys helping us out, and just I thank you so much because it's a lot of fun to do this stuff. Just thank you guys. Thank you a lot. And to our fans, shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. And, go ahead, Roger. You take the shout out, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to my guys at Table War Gaming, who, if you play Warhammer 40K, these are your guys that you want to build your tabletop. They're working on a Fallout 4 or Fallout tabletop for Warhammer 40K that I'm sure will end up in a battle report. Also, I want to shout out my guys at the Long War and Spiky Bits and Next Level Painting. If you want to take your army to the next level, you can call these guys. Also, since I've got Pat here, who also has done stuff for, my guy Dan Foster at Draft Distro Publishing, who's responsible for a lot of stuff online and stuff on YouTube that Pat can't remember right now. But
I couldn't remember the channel that it was on.
There's a channel, so yeah. Trust us on the internets. For those of us, yeah.
If you head to the Facing Books,
if you enter the Facing Books,
yeah,
the interwebs,
Draft Distro, just search Draft Distro, you'll find all of his stuff. He's a fantastic writer, probably one of my favorites that has yet to be recognized as famous. That's Dan Foster. Great stories, very interesting interwoven plots, and keep things light while giving you some very heavy subject matter and plot lines.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep, and once again, another veteran, actually, just retired a couple of years ago.
Oh,
so,
Dan, yeah.
Dan Foster just retired a couple of years ago, so keep that vet business going. Remarks complete.
All policies and procedures.
All policies and procedures will remain. Never mind.
Oh,
unless you're
Joe,
you're not going to get it.
Well, big shout out, man, to Promenade family, man. Good people, dude. Glad to be part of it. Shout out to my Star Trek Online gaming family that actually I brought to the Promenade, some of them, and hopefully I'll be on soon, guys. Just got my laptop fixed, so I'll be on there soon, man. Shout out to some of my Defiance Clan members I got on Promenade also. Anybody I know, man, I recommend the Promenade to them, man. It's a great place where people just get together, family-friendly environment. So, discuss geeking news, nerd news, gamer news, share whatever, as long as it's, fun, man. And Lady Rage and Vance, man, anytime, man, I'm good to go. Hit me up anytime. I'm glad to help out. If you guys weren't doing this, I'll still be watching emails. So yeah, man. Just thanks for having me on.
Man, glad for you to be here. Matthew, got any shout outs, man?
I suppose I could echo the shout out to the Promenade family, mostly just the cool folks that make it a really nice place to stay, a nice place to chat with. Honestly, it's been like the one social gathering I've been to in the last maybe year and a half, as opposed to all the places I used to go to on the internet. Definitely shout out to any of my readers of my comic. And I definitely shout out to the viewers of this show, because without them, I wouldn't have been invited up here, and I wouldn't be having this wonderful conversation. So.
All right. Well, back to nerding out. Oh man. Right.
Travis. Trav. you,
Yes.
Travis? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to give everybody an update also on my back before we go any further. Is that okay?
Yeah. Whatever.
Okay. I did get a call from the doctors, and they're making me go in and do another CAT scan this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So, hopefully, they said after that one is done, and it's like, let's say I've had X-rays, CAT scans, and MRI so far, and they're doing another one. Irritating, but hopefully after this one, I'll actually get the due date for the operation. But I just wanted to keep you guys updated and everybody else updated. And I also wanted personally to thank everybody who's new on the show tonight for coming and joining in on us. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. And I'm done.
I swear I was about to see a tear there for a quick second.
Yeah. But it's cool though. We live in a country where they're like, yo, I can give you a CAT scan and figure out what's wrong with your back. So it's pretty awesome.
Yo, CAT scan.
Yo, CAT scan.
CAT scans are kind of easy. It's the MRIs that'll kill you.
Yeah.
You do that. You remember?
You should get a shirt that says that. That's easy. MRIs will kill you.
Wasn't there a Next Gen episode where they did something where they replaced Worf's spine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like swapped his spine out or something.
Yeah, because apparently in the future where they can totally give you a new spine, they can't just fix the one you have. I don't get that.
They replaced the whole. They replaced the whole vertebrae. Replaced the whole thing.
Dude, I would volunteer to be the first person they tried that on.
Now we're talking about some like exoskeleton suit type thing. Some Dr. Octavius arms start swinging around.
Yeah.
I want those.
Wouldn't that be kind of like living in Black Ops or Call of Duty game now?
Well, it's funny. Okay. Hold on. Time out. I'm gonna take over the show here. I'm seizing control. I'm now holding everyone hostage.
What?
All right. So I got Pat here. They were like, "What technology?" A previous episode, they were like, "Oh, hey, man, what geek technology would you want?" Blah, whatever. And I was like, you know what? I got to be honest. I want the exosuit.
You damn right.
I want exactly. See, look, I got another vet with me.
Octopus arms with clampers. Come on.
Exosuit.
I do not want exosuits.
You know what? I tell you.
People have enough problems walking and driving by themselves without having exosuits.
I want 40K Space Marine power armor.
That's right.
Yeah, I want Terminator armor.
Without the psychosis.
Call of Duty?
Without the psychosis.
Without psychosis. So, okay. So, Maruka, freedom. Exosuits.
Lady, what did you say?
I was asking them if they played Call of Duty ever.
Yes.
You do?
Yeah. It's a requirement, actually.
Joel, what'd you say, man?
What'd you say, Joel? You were kind of cutting out there, brother. We couldn't quite hear you. What'd you say, man?
I said, yeah, I got tired of Call of Duty a long time ago, man. I used to play with this friend of mine. She would always get on, so we'd get off work. Hey, man, want to play? Want to play? Sure. Played zombies for 4 hours. I'm like,
yes.
Yes.
Just 4 hours?
I know, that's what I was thinking.
4 hours?
Just 4 hours.
I played zombies for like days.
Travis called him a sissy.
I'm sorry. You just... all I heard was, I got tired of freedom for 4 hours.
It's not freedom.
No,
Look,
man.
I am tired of Call of Duty. I really am. I am tired of Call of Duty.
yeah, it's a sickening, dude. I went to Battlefield to get a new fresh feel for FPS.
No, get Battlefield 2. I want Medal of Honor. Okay, I want Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor is good.
Travis, to your right, brother, and up.
I love the fact that you're like, I'm so tired of Call of Duty, yet you've got like a huge like Call of Duty poster in their background? That's so great.
Right there.
That's the
man.
Black Ops. That's
Call
the
of Duty.
Black Ops right there. Okay, that's Black
Yeah.
Ops. Game. I got that. But the thing about it is, I have Call of Duty memorabilia. No, wait. It's just that.
I got it. Travis loves freedom.
So
Travis,
you just, like,
Travis
open a
does not want the terrorists to win.
I don't.
I like that.
And that's what Pat and I are sitting
right.
here waiting
That's
for
right.
ISIS to show up. That's yep.
You just open up that can. He's like,
I don't want exosuits. People have problems walking now.
No, exosuits. I'm sorry, dude. 40K Space Marine. Have you ever read Black Library, the 40K?
Yeah.
Yes. Look at all the wonderful they can accomplish.
Call of Duty shouldn't be trying to do mix space in with first-person shooter games.
No, we just leave that to Halo.
Yeah.
Halo and Destiny.
It-
But Destiny's kind of being a wannabe, though.
Yeah, Destiny is. I don't want to talk about Destiny right now because I'm on it right now. But you know what game that I really have respect for? This game right here. I have respect for this game right here.
Pull it down a little
Gears
bit.
of War.
Yeah, nice.
Here's
God bless
this is
anyone
the-
that wants to
this is
put
the
a
ultimate
game
edition.
on any weapon system.
Yeah.
This right here.
That is
This is what we need for the future.
If you want to put a chainsaw on a weapon system, God bless you.
Thank you.
That is, you love freedom.
Well,
My
why not put a
gosh,
chainsaw on the bottom of a gun? Because, that way, if somebody comes up behind you, you just turn around and saw them in half.
Right.
I got Pat's going through my 40K miniatures right now, trying to find a chainsaw.
Oh, jeez.
Grab the eye knight. No, my desk. Right to the right. The eye knight is like the 12-inch tall miniature.
He's like right there. I don't see how you're not seeing him.
all right, guys, real quick before we go.
But see, no, here, this is what we're talking about. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this. So I built that and painted it. There we go.
That is so cool.
I wouldn't mind
There
one
we
of those.
go.
Nice, man.
That's
So
a whole
a
bunch of
human
freedom.
being, relative to this, is that tall. And that's a chainsaw. So there you go.
Vance,
Done.
what you want to say, man?
What's up, brother?
What you want to say, man?
That's what freedom looks like in the 41st millennium.
I love this guy. Everything's freedom, bro. You're all right, man.
No. It's-
Ketchup freedom. Mustard freedom. Yeah.
freedom. America.
Charmander freedom.
I
Okay,
would-
Charmander is kind of freedom, though.
It was funny when I was in Chicago. We went to a place called Burger Bar. Okay, we have seriously gone off topic. If you don't want to hear this, tune out. We went to a place called.
Hey! No, we don't do that here.
No, we don't do that here. No, tune in. If you want to, as Chicago, I went to a place called Burger Bar. They have bacon lollipops.
All right, I'm dead. You shouldn't have said that. That right there. Oh man.
It was pork belly, which is thick cut bacon, with bacon wrapped around it.
Stop.
Then it was candied, on a lollipop. So, but they were called, they said bacon lollipops. And I was in Chicago this weekend, this week, dropping my son off at college, and I went to Burger Bar, and I ordered this. I looked at the waitress. I said, "I want some freedom lollipops." She's like, "What?" I was like, I want your freedom wrapped in freedom lollipop. She's like, "Oh, maybe I need to I should probably talk to management. Maybe they should say, yes, you need to change this. Just like, this woman
Bacon wrapped lollipops.
I was like, she was
called Freedom Pops.
like, do you want ISIS to show up in here? You know, I'm not going to, I may or may not have had a couple of drinks, but oh, yeah.
All right, so
we're 5 minutes.
Yeah, we are.
All right, so before we go,
Final thoughts of geekiness for tonight. Roger, I'm going to skip you. I'm going to skip you, Roger. I'm going to skip you. I'm going to skip you. Vance, final thoughts for geekiness for tonight, man.
I don't know, man. I think on TV, man, we got. I'm really excited about the Flash. Kind of so on Supergirl. I'm excited about Gotham again. I'm kind of.
I think you're wrong on Supergirl.
Think so?
Yes, I've got good feelings about Supergirl. I think Supergirl's gonna be sold short.
I don't know. I think
I feel bad marketing. Marketing in that one. Yep.
See, I agree. I think that's one of those shows where it's not really being advertised. It doesn't really. Again, you're not really sure what it is, and I think a lot of people are not going to tune in because they're not really sure what it is, and I think a lot of people are going to tune in and then stop watching because it hasn't found its footing, and I think it's going to stop.
I think they sold it wrong in the advertising. I watched it, and seeing what was there and how they cut it, I think they marketed it wrong.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. I think with the TV, especially with Legends of Tomorrow, and I think with the movies coming like Deadpool, Batman v Superman, Civil War, I think it's just going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to doing the shows in the next 6 months. Dude, I think next 6 months worth of shows is going to be great because we're going to be getting so many more, so much more spoilers. It's going to be great. What about you? What about you, Joel?
Yeah, I'm real, excited about Flash. I mean, Flash series, the first episode, like, second episode, I was hooked off from then on there, dude. I can't wait for it. Gotham, I might tune in to see what's up, and if it catches my eye, I'll stick to it. I saw the Supergirl thing too, man. I think they got, there's some issues with it, but it has potential like crazy. It has some great potential, man. It's just, I don't know, it seems a little. If the word's kiddish is too. I know it's a superhero. I know we're grown men, but still, we want a nice, show not too childish, man. But
You want some meat, buddy?
Yeah,
Let's meat on that bone.
Want some, some bite. Not just hey, pow. No, man, I want to see some drama,
Right.
Even Flash, it was comedic as it was. There was some drama and stuff that got you, that pulled you in, and that's what I liked about it too. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., man, coming up. I want to see what's up with Avalanche, man, and see what's going on with her and how they're going to tie everything in with her and everything. And, yeah, I mean, that's it for me. I mean, that's my goal point right there. What's going on this next season? This next
right on, man.
fall season coming up.
Right on, man. What about you, Matt? What are you looking forward to in the next couple months, man?
Obviously, of course, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., y'all know Sleepy Hollow's been renewed for a new season. I'm looking forward to that. Second season ended awesomely. And then, of course, there's my guilty geek pleasure. You guys are probably going to judge me for this, but I'm really excited for Season 5 of Once Upon a Time.
I'm right there with you.
I can't lie, dude. I ain't catch on Season 4, but I watched 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to. So, yeah.
Good guilty pleasure.
All right.
It's all right. I like Final Contact by you.
Right on, man. Right on, man. But, right on. All right, guys. Well, we got about a minute left of the show. So, again, I want to say thank you, guys, to all the new people that joined us. Thank you. Travis, thank you for having me. Lady, good luck with everything that's going on. Keep us in the loop, please, please, please. So.
I will.
And I'm gonna leave this here for just a little thought. It's food for thought. DC versus Batman versus Superman. Coming out next
All
year.
right, all right.
Hold up.
The after
All
show.
right.
The after party.
Jared Leto, Joker, is not the Joker.
Sorry. Yes.
He is not the Joker. He's somebody entirely different.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna leave that there. Food for thought.
I'm sorry.
Jason Todd. I'm just throwing that out there. You know, Jason Todd,
maybe,
Red Hood.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe, but I'm not sold on it. But Jared Leto. But you know what? It doesn't matter. The Joker is the Joker.
Lady.
Joker is not tied to a named person.
We shall see.
And we'll come back to the Joker next week.
Oh shit! Shoot!
Big one.
Shoot! Oh, the Joker's not tied to a
Let's go ahead
person.
and say good night, everybody.
Drop Mike on that one. The Joker is not tied to a named person.
I don't know, for video games he is, though.
Think about that one. The
Does
Joker's
an
not tied to
awesome Joker
a
in
person.
video games.
All right, guys.
Everybody,
All right.
what were you saying, Vincent?
Later.
All right, so we're good to go.
Everybody want to say good night?
All right, have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.
And this is Lady Rage signing off.